like he did there, that was pretty much in the slots. I think Kushal Bertel's missed out on that one. And it's only a 57-metre straight boundary at this end, remember, the north end of the ground. Tries to get it into the block hole. Can't quite in a misfield. May well allow the second. Sajah will scamper back. Not a particularly piece of field in there. Didn't see who it was.
Anthony Dhaliwal.
Bit off there, Anthony Dhaliwal with the fumble.
And again, going full pitched. Seems like that will be the plan. But you've conceded 2 off each ball so far. Akil Kumar will be striving for a dot here to try to keep things quiet.
Oh, he's going to get more than a dot. He's going to get a wicket because it was banged into the surface, and Bertel, who I think had already predetermined to hit to the leg side, didn't open up and try and hit over the off. As a consequence, he was coming right across the ball. And not for the first time in the series. It's going to be another batter caught out for an unlucky 13.
Looks like we've got Gopal Sidhu coming into the field to do some work there. Take a nice easy catch. We look at that. The element of surprise maybe with the short ball after a couple of full deliveries. And rushing with a bit of that skid for Akil Kumar. And an easy catch for Sidhu.
Bertel, the latest to fall, it is now 107 for 5.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef, topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
And all these little mistakes can add up. You look at this potentially looking like a very tight match. Nepal in a decent spot still because of that opening power play, but Canada pulled back nicely. No question about it. And it just seemed like one of those, once he gave up that first 6, that he was just completely off it and just couldn't find the length after that, couldn't find the line, and Anil Shah just took full advantage with those 3 6s in the over.
So final ball of the 18th, 110 for 5. Gulshan Jha hits exactly where we wanted him to hit, and it goes all the way for 6 more. He's striking quicker than anyone in the competition. The teenager, he's at it again. Gulshan Kumar Jha at his very best. It's 116 for 5.
Absolutely brilliant in the slot, and he goes way over a long off into the protective covers there. You need that one to keep it in play, get that ball back. And Gulshan Shah will be saying, let's get that ball back so I can knock it out again. 116.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Take your Kicks.
Well, Gulshan Jha doing it yet again for Nepal. He really has been exceptional on this tour. It's been a tricky tour, hasn't it, at points for the men from Nepal, but the youngster has stood tall in every single game. Another maximum down the ground with Bat ball in the field. He's being quite superb. Kalimsan around the wicket. As Dipender Singari, look at the wrists, the fast wrists of the Tiger. And it flies away for 4 more. Critical final few overs. Nepal finding some momentum.
They'll be thinking 140 plus at this point. Kalimsana coming around the wicket. Looked like a slower delivery out of the hand there. And just brilliant work from Ari to find the fence, going to the offside. No issues making room there. And you go back to when...
Just want to interrupt you for 1 sec, Vivek. That tends to be where the weather comes from, or certainly feels like it is today. You can look at the flags blowing the wind up this direction. That's the pavilion end of the ground. Looking quite dark, quite ominous. There is a little bit of a forecast of some rain. Big appeal from Santa, but that's going to go over the top. Good decision. The umpire Rohit Shah. Leg buys will be given. That could be interesting, couldn't it? We could have a Duckworth Lewis Stearns scenario on our hands in the second innings.
Exactly, and that's where, when you look at the conditions, you still back Nicholas Curtin winning the toss and electing to field first. You know, when the equations change, you want to be able to know exactly what you require as the batting side. So we'll see if that becomes a factor. And one thing that is an interesting factor for me watching Sana bowl, you know, continue. He was going around the wicket. You wondered when he hurt his knee in his initial spell and made that initial switch to around the wicket, if he was worried about that. Now he's coming back over the wicket.
There's been a few bowlers concerned about footmarks. I'm speaking to Ahmed Faiz Butt of Oman in particular. He's found them very tricky. Jab back on strike. Helped away into the leg side. Now there is a man out there who should cut it off. It'll be 2 more to the youngster. Listen to his numbers. And they're going to get 3. Oh, brilliant from Dipender Singh Airi. The quick thinking of Nepal does it again. And it's another free run. Canada just rattled here.
Yeah, that is really poor from Canada, conceding these extra runs when they should be preventing as many as they can at this stage. You look at it, 8 off these first 3 deliveries from Sana's penultimate over, this crucial over to set up the final over of the innings. Well whipped away there by Goshen Jha, and coming back for the second, thinking that was all there would be, but Shreyas Mova unable to pick it up cleanly.
Speed of Irie, frightful. That's 2 of the quick hands as he slashes this one away. He's going to jog back for 2. Others there, they would have, particularly after running 3, barely be able to catch their breath. After play the other day, they waited 163 days for a victory. Nepal, most sides after that, they would have just disappeared home. But not Nepal. Have a look at this, just going to show you. Minutes after winning their first game in 160 days, Dipender Singh Airi, who dropped a catch and wrote, Kushal Bertel, straight out to Jagat Samata. It took over an hour of fielding. They were exhausted at the end, and then at 7 o'clock, straight to the gym. It was phenomenal work ethic from Nepal. Absolute sight to behold.
Oh.
That's better from Sana. A crucial dot at this stage of the innings. And look at Canada's situation right now. 126 for 5. Nepal desperately want to keep them under 140 just for that psychological feeling. And you'd still feel, to pull it back under 140. I was thinking after the power play that Nepal might even be thinking 160 with that start.
They probably were at that stage, but ultimately if they can get to 140, that could be a winning score, I suspect. Can they get 2 again? You would think Irie will just come in and out. He's almost teasing the fielder, isn't he, by just jogging, and they might think of a 3rd, but they won't get it this time, as Jha wants to strike in the final over. It's a pretty good return for Nepal against Kalimsana. He finishes with run for 34. It's 128-5.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. Hassan! TD, ready for you.
So 1 over remains. Get a quick look at the bowling figures. Harshtacker, very impressive, 4 overs, 2 for 17. A wicket apiece for Parveen Kumar and Sapin Safar, who for me was the pick of the bowlers. Kept things very, very tight. Dylan Hayligger, who's had his problems today, 1 over for 19. He clutches the ball off Akhil Kumar, and he says, I'll take the responsibility in the final over.
And that's what you want to see. Hayligger at this point, a senior player on the side. You know the value he's brought during the ODIs, and then unfortunately picking up the ankle injury. He'll want to make a mark. He'll want to get back to the form that he has shown during this home stretch for Canada. We'll see if he can bounce back from that dreadful first over where he's picked off for 19.
Well, they'd probably be happy with 12. They're not going to be greedy and want more than that. Can they get to 140? 1 over remains. Ja helps that into the offside. Will only be a single this time, but I was just going to give you his numbers before we got interrupted by that. The 3rd run they scampered. His innings thus far, he's at the non-strikers end here on this tour, 15, 53, 34, 40 not out off 13 balls, and then 22 off 15 today. That's to go with a total of 9 wickets. He's taken wickets in all 4 games that he's bowled in. What an exceptional tour from the young all-rounder.
That's so key in this format, having all-rounders that can contribute and be key with the ball. Know as a captain that when you throw in the ball, you can get a wicket. Not just get, oh, can I get 4 overs? Can I get a couple overs? No, he's going to get you a wicket.
Good length. That's the length that Hayligger couldn't find early. He will get through for the extra. Should be a leg by. In fact, given his runs, might have been some glove involved. Arnold Medella reckons it's hit the glove of Irie. They need a boundary or 2 here, don't they? Critical final moments of this first innings.
No question about it. And coming back to Gulshan Ja, you mentioned that all-round ability, and then being able to get it done with the bat once again. This is a crucial knock of 22. You looked at Canada with the spinners really pulling things back and seizing the momentum. Gulshan Ja has done his part to bring it back for Nepal.
Bowling, it's a heavy, hard length. Do you think that this pitch is going to take a lot of turn again in the second innings? It's strange on such an overcast day to be talking about spinners.
It is, but I do think that's the way this series has played out, and that's the way today will play out. We've seen how effective Sabin Zafar was. Harshtacker, though obviously the one who started bringing the momentum back for Canada with the initial breakthrough and then taking another wicket. Parveen Kumar has done his part as well, so I will imagine Nepal spinners are licking their lips.
Now Irie gets this into the leg side, but it's a longer boundary. The man's right on the rope, and he takes the catch. Akhil Kumar, who gives Dylan Hayligger a wicket. You cannot blame Dipender Singh Irie for looking for the big hit. But it just didn't quite have the time, and he would have liked probably off the upper half of the bat. And the big hitter coming in to finish the innings for Nepal, he's gone, caught right on the rope.
Hayligger has really delivered a heavy ball here in this final over to help keep things quiet. Just the 3 singles off the first 3 deliveries, and now we take a look at this 4th going short, and we see Irie sliding over, trying to give himself that leg side option as he pulled it.
Subscribe गरिदिनुहोस् साथीहरु
Away, but straight down. That he probably made look a bit easier than it was.
Now I like this goal. Finally, we're seeing Karen KCB shunted up the order ahead of Sandy Clemajani and Sampal Kami, the broad-shouldered all-rounder. He's got 2 balls to work with. Be happy with a single potentially. Instead, he looks for a maximum. Now this has gone almost to the heavens. Long on, nestles underneath it, juggles it, and that's going to be 6 because you cannot paddle the ball back in from the far side of the rope. It should be given a 6. We're going to need another look at this, and the umpires are going to come together and have a conversation, but surely on first viewing it has to be a maximum.
Well, Ravinder Paul Virendra Singh seems to suggest that he jumped back up before knocking it over. So I think that's the key element to watch out for here. He's in position to catch the ball. I don't think he realized that he had more room to work with behind him.
Cannot be on the far side of the rope and palm it back in. Now, come on. It has been given as 6. How has Ravinder Pal Singh not recognised that? Come on. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
I think he was trying to make the case that he jumped.
He was on his knees on the far side of the rope. Final ball incoming. KC helps it away behind square. They should get a couple. Looking forward to seeing that one clipped up on social media. They're going to think of a third. They won't get it. They'll be happy with 2. I hope we get one more look at this. I don't know if this is the penultimate ball. Well, it is. Talk me through this one. Come on. As a Canadian, what's going on
I think
here?
the first thing is
He's dropped the catch.
Realize that he's got more room behind him to just take the catch instead of trying to save it.
So hold on. Now, what's happening here then?
He's trying.
Now, come on. Now, Vivek, please.
It's a 6. There's
Thank
no question
you.
about that.
Okay, it
It
has
is a
been
6.
given as a 6. I'll tell you something now. If that wasn't given as a 6, you wouldn't have believed what would have erupted on social media. Great work again from Rohan Shah and Arnold Medella. But I will be having a word this evening with Ravinder Pal Singh about the fact he has not signalled 6 back to the umpires down at the far side of the ground. They didn't get the 14 they wanted from the final over. They did get 13. It means the target will...
कोई पूछे कि कैसे हो तो जवाब मिलता है कि जिंदगी में गम है, गम में दर्द है, दर्द में मजा है और मजे में हम।